Okay. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be going through how to generically model a building in Revit, and then going a step further with creating a construction document with that building that we will construct. So to start off with, we're going to go to Models over to the left, and we're going to create a new Revit model. Now you're going to have this pop up, and you're going to have different templates that you can select. We are going to be going with Imperial, and then if you want a project or project template. So we're going to just be going with the project. I hit OK, and it's going to open up uh, the program for you. So a couple things of note: we have a couple of different bars of notice. So we have the properties bar over to our left, the project browser to our right, and then the tools at the top and the bottom that will alter the appearance of what our working area and also just give us information of what we are doing. So as you can see right now, we are on level 1, and then this is where we want to be, as we are now going to start drawing in a wall and some walls for our building. So you're going to come up to the architectural thing, you're going to hit walls, and it's going to open up the properties for this wall. So today we're going to do a generic 12-inch wall, and it gives you the height that you're going to be placing your wall and all the other details. You can come over here to edit type, and this is where you can edit the material of your wall and the structure and all of that. So we have the wall tool selected, and we're just going to come here and make just a general L-shaped building. So you just go through, you click, you can see the dimensions. If you want to change the thickness of a certain wall, you can just come here, type the amount of feet that you want, and it'll edit that for you. Now moving on to the floor. So coming up here again, we have all of our tools. You want to come to floor, hit the floor tool, and of course we have the properties of this floor. It's going to be on level 1, which we want, and we can select between a bunch of different ones. We'll go to concrete 10-inch. And now up here you're going to have the different tools that you can use to make this floor and pick the boundaries of this. But it's going to automatically have pick walls, which is what we want right now. So you're going to select the walls that you just did, and it will automatically create the lines around your building. Now, one thing to note is you're going to want to make sure that there's no loose ends and it's fully continuous between that. And if not, it will give you an error and you will have to try and find that break. So just to show you, we're going to take this wall, break it. So it's going to be a break. We're going to try and hit confirm. And you can see right here, lines must be a closed loop. So just continue. And then you can, if you know where it is and you don't want to just come here and pull it, you can come to this tool, the trim/extend corners, and you select your two walls and they will join together. So now we have our boundaries. So we know it's continuous. We're going to hit the check mark to finish, and we have our floor. So next step is just like the floor tool. We're going to come over here to roof, hit that, and it's going to tell us what our lowest height for this roof is going to be, where you do want it to be L2 as the second level. Hit yes. It's going to give us the basic roof. We're going to do a wood rafter 8-inch asphalt shingle, base level 8.2. And now the one difference with this tool, that is the floor one, is we're now going to ask for an overhang. So we're going to put a 1-foot overhang. You can also see the defined slope. This is going to make sure that it creates, when we create the roof, it's going to have a slope. So we're going to come here, and we're going to, just like we did before, select all of the different walls. And we have our boundary, and we know it's continuous, or at least it should be. But now, what we're going to also do is select on this wall, or this line right here. And we're going to actually get rid of the defined slope. This allows us to just change it up and create a continuous sloped roof that will bend through this L. And we can also come through here, and you can also change the different slopes. So if we want it to be a little bit of a lesser slope, we can go to 612, and we can do that for all of them. So yeah, 612, 612, I come over here, 612. So it's just a less of a slope for that roof. Then we're gonna come over here, finish edit mode, and we're gonna attach the walls to our roof. This way we don't have to go through and do more stuff that way. So now we want to just take a quick view of what we have done so far. So you're going to come up to this toolbar. You're going to see view. We're going to come here. You're going to come to the house. Come down, default 3D view. And this will show us what we just created. So we have the roof, our walls, and you can also see our floor. We're going to come over down to the bottom tool list, come to this box, and we can now go to realistic, where we can now see our generic building that we have just created. Pretty nice. And of course, you can select the different elements also here in this view as well. But we're going to go back to the L1 view, go back to architecture, and now we're going to add a couple more features. So we're going to add some doors and windows. So same thing, doors, it gives you the properties of your door. So the height and the width, you can select different heights and widths right here. But we're going to keep it simple. So we're going to place a couple here, and you can see the dimensions of your door placement and where it will be placing. So we're going to just place 3 doors, that's all. And there's no confirm, those doors are placed. And like the walls, you can select that door, and maybe I wanted this to be 15 feet from this wall. And we can edit that right there. So same thing with the window tool. Of course, we have the windows. We'll go with a casement double, 5272. And you just bring the tool right to the walls, and of course you can choose the direction. So we're going to want them to be pointing exterior wise, and you can just come here, select where you want them, see the dimensions, and place them how you want. And that's everything you have to do for the windows. And then another really cool or really nice tool is place a window. You can come over here to these tools, and the 4 squares where 3 are blue, 1's not. It's the ray tool. So we have the window selected. We can put the number of windows that we want it to be created within this array. So maybe 6. This midpoint of what we want to move, and then we can select this 14 feet. We're going to create 6 windows. So if we zoom out, we now have evenly spaced windows on this facade. So we go back to our 3D view, and we have our generic model. We got our doors, we have our windows. It's looking really nice. So now, going to the architectural feature of this instruction set is to make a construction documents. So we're going to come to our projects browser. We've only been really in L1. We can also see the 3D view that we created right here. But we're actually going to move down to the Sheets tab. So as you can see, there's a whole list of sheets that have already been created, but we're right now focused on the A101, architectural floor plans. So we're going to hit that. It's going to open this. And here you can see what we just created on our first floor. But you can also see the project descriptions. So it's going to be the project name, client name, the specific sheet. So all of these sheets will combine to create a construction set. But of course, this is just the first thing, and you can see all the different notes and descriptions that you can add to this as the process goes on. But now we're actually going to create this plan into something that can be built. So we're going to come up to the Annotate tool, come over to Aligned, and we should, or I think we have to open the actual view. So we're able to select things, come over to Aligned and Annotate. And now we're able to kind of select the different walls and elements. And what we can do is come over here, select this wall, come to the bottom, hit that wall, and we now have the dimension for the overall length of this wall segment. We can also come here, hit that wall. We can now dimension and give the dimension for the distance between the center points of these windows and then from the walls, and then put that right there. And now going through again, we have our overall length of the project building. But now, as you can see, there's a change in depth between our building. So we can now hit that wall. So we now know exactly where this wall is. So we have that dimension, and then like we did on the last wall, dimensioning the windows, the door, and just all these features so we know how to place them. There's no windows here, so we can just go right to that. There is also, in some cases, you could have this, sometimes you don't. It depends on the project. Go back to aligned, wall to wall, wall halfway point or the jut out. Create that, and we'll quickly get our windows and doors. And now, since we're kind of just doing a repetitive thing right now, just to mention the importance of what these are and why we do them. This is so when on the field, a contractor or construction worker knows how to locate and place all of these different features of the building, so they know where the walls are, and they can reconstruct this building. Now, of course, a normal construction document is going to be a lot more complex. You're going to have interior walls, you're going to have a lot more windows. You're probably going to have a more simpler or more complex building than just this L. But other than that, thank you for listening, and that is how to go through Revit and construct a construction document. Thank you.